Hey, what's going on? Welcome back to the Gem Drafter Sunday show for Sunday, May 29th, 2022. I am Newts. Thank you guys for listening. Just a quick rundown. If you're on Apple, please subscribe and leave a review. If you leave a review, I will read it on the podcast. And I just checked about 5 minutes ago. There were no new reviews. So come on, guys. Get out there and review the show so I can read your silly reviews on the podcast. And if you're on YouTube, please like, subscribe, and hit the bell for notifications. So thank you for all of that. And I am joined by my co-host today. What's going on, Payson?
Just gonna enjoy a little underdog draft today. Pretty excited to see the mistakes that Nudes and Supa make because they don't do best ball often. And this will be my, I don't know, 40th, 50th draft this year. So good luck.
What's going on, Jake?
In a world filled with Corey Coleman's and N'Keal Harry's, Gem Drafter is here to help.
Yeah, avoid those ones. So yeah, Payson kind of spoiled it. Spoiler, we're doing a best ball underdog draft here today, and I'm actually going to click over for the viewers to the screen share that I have going. So actually, I should do that and then
Nudes
pull it
with
up over
boots
here.
got the 101.
Oh shoot!
Oh, man.
So actually, I need
Are you
to
going to take
undo
Jaboy Najee Harris 1-1?
Oh, you got the 101 and I got the 12.
the viewers here. I switch my screens up a little bit.
What's your name, Supa? Probably Supa. Yeah, it's
Super
Supa.
Pack is 99.
All right, when are we starting here? In 30
Super
seconds.
Packers was taken. Someone stole my name.
We were
So
gonna
that's
try
good.
to
We're
run
kind of
down
mixed around.
some of these news blurbs also, so we'll try to fit that in while we're doing this draft. So I have the 101. I am up in 10 seconds. Supa has the 105, and P Burnett holding it down at the 12 pick.
Did Payson pick a poodle for his? Because we have border collies for our icons.
I did pick up poodle.
Nice.
Very strong, manly poodle.
I gotta remember this time to do my queue. So that
Oh,
I
good point.
how do I draft?
So just star somebody. So like star, in your case, maybe Jonathan Taylor.
Yeah.
But then when it's your turn, there'll be like a
Yeah.
little pop up that says
Oh, here I
draft.
got it. It is my turn, and I'm drafting Jonathan Taylor. It says I missed my pick, but I have my Q sets. Thank goodness. Well, I drafted Jonathan Taylor at 101. I think that's just the obvious pick. There's not much that needs to be said about it. There's a lot of safety involved with taking Jonathan Taylor at the 101. Also, like there very well could be another running back that outperforms him this year and surprises everybody, but
Ooh, Jamar Chase at 1-5, easy.
So I picked Jonathan Taylor. Then the second pick was Cooper Kupp. The third pick was Justin Jefferson, and then Christian McCaffrey went off the board on an auto pick. And then Supa, yes, he like he just said, took Jamar Chase at 105, followed by Derrick Henry at 6. I personally would probably go Najee over Derrick Henry. I just think Derrick Henry is a little too risky for that high of a pick coming off the major injury. Then Stephon Diggs off the board at pick 7 for the listeners.
So my strategy in the first round is pretty much wide receivers because I like all the running backs in the second round. I'm actually toying with taking like Stephon Diggs early. Like if you take Stephon Diggs as the first wide receiver, and then you can come back around and get like T. Higgins and Josh Allen, and then you have the Week 17 championship week stack.
Oh yeah, see that's another thing that I forgot to mention off the top is that we're playing the tournament style. So there's like 13,000 people in this contest, and it's $75,000 to first place. So we had Adams come off the board right after Diggs at pick 8, then Austin Eckler, then Dalvin Cook, and it's the pick right before Payson here. It looks like it's going to be an auto pick. Oh no, Travis Kelce at pick 11. So Payson's on the clock right now at pick 12.
So this is going to be a different start for me. I'm going to double tap the running backs. Maybe just do a
I'm just
4
going to
or
do the
5.
opposite of what I said I wanted to do.
Yeah. Maybe do a 4 or 5 running back build this time.
So who'd you pick?
I got Najee Harris and Joe Mixon.
And then Aaron Jones went right after that. Then Mark Andrews at pick 15.
Ooh, I would like CeeDee Lamb if he falls. Oh, got taken.
Just went at pick 16. Yeah, that would have been.
I'm
Gosh, I mean,
looking
you're gonna
at.
really take some flyers on running backs then.
Yeah, I'm looking at Swift.
Should trade out.
Yeah, let's open your trade window.
All right.
Debo. Debo's my guy, but he doesn't want to be a running back anymore? Come on, Debo.
DeAndre Swift right after CeeDee Lamb.
So this is 18 rounds, so we want to make sure we don't forget to grab a tight end or a quarterback.
Oh yeah, so there's some structural things. So you got 18 rounds. Generally, you want 2 to 3 quarterbacks, 2 to 3 tight ends. Probably can't afford to do 3 of both. I mean, you can, but then you're getting short on wide receivers. Generally, more wide receivers than running backs because wide receivers are a little more volatile. So you get the spike weeks.
Supa's on the clock.
Yeah, Tyreek Hill or Debo. I'll just take Debo.
Dang it. He wasn't going to make it to me anyway.
Jamar Chase, Debo Samuel, feeling pretty good.
Oh, yeah.
I kind of always find myself overdrafting or drafting too many running backs early, and then I just have complete trash wide receivers. So this time around, I'm just going to lock up a couple studs at wide receiver and then pivot to running backs here up the next pick.
So you do what I don't do. Like we're reversed right now. We flip flopped.
What do you got over there?
I got my 2 running backs. You got your 2 wide receivers.
Okay.
How are you guys feeling about Kittle missing OTAs?
I feel like it's OTAs. It doesn't matter, but it's just like a reminder that Kittle has not actually played that many games. Like he.
Would you rather
really
have Hawkinson or Kittle?
Dynasty. I think it's still Kittle, but I'm afraid that might be wrong.
I'm starting to lean Hawkinson a little bit. I know I don't have anything to back it up. It's just a gut feeling, but.
So since we're playing a tournament style where you really have to go for upside, so the picks right before me were Nick Chubb and Kyle Pitts. Those were actually who I wanted, and so I got sniped.
Leonard
I went
Fournette,
with Barkley and Breece Hall over Fournette and Connor. I know it's redraft, but I just think those guys have a higher ceiling.
The bigger thing that surprised me, you went Breece Hall over Javonte Williams.
Yeah, take Leonard Fournette.
I think that they're very close, but I think Hall has more pass catching opportunity and more like just overall volume opportunity, unless Melvin Gordon gets hurt.
I always fall into the trap of I'm so used to playing Dynasty Superflex that I'm just picking all the players I would want in Dynasty Superflex, whereas this is pretty much a redraft single QB. So it's hard for me to not pick the young Dynasty studs.
It is a redraft. Oh, Connor went at 308. So to run down the third round.
Empty.
Yeah. 9-2. I got to get on that. So to run down the third round here, so I started off with Breece Hall, went Mike Williams, Javonte Williams, AJ Brown, Supa picked Leonard Fournette. Then it went T. Higgins, Josh Allen in the middle of the third round. Interesting. I mean, he was the highest scoring quarterback last year. James Conner, Keenan Allen, DJ Moore, and we are waiting on pick 11, which was Michael Pittman, and now Payson's back up with his 2 picks here. Najee Harris and Joe Mixon on the squad so far.
Is he going to go Mahomes?
I am not going Mahomes. So I went Waddle and Waller just because I like
Waller over Kittle.
The alliteration there. Very similar names. Great reason to make your picks.
Solid analysis. And then it followed up by Ezekiel Elliott and Lamar Jackson, the second quarterback off the board to Chick-fil-A's Andy.
Delicious. Oh, Cam Akers is staring at me. A couple 4 picks away. Oh, Deontay Johnson. DK Metcalf is bad. Not going to pick him.
Yeah, but
Kittle right there. I just said I don't like Kittle that much, but gonna have to get one of these stud tight ends, so I just don't have to worry about it.
I know, and now, so my strategy was to load up on a running back in my flex, but now these wide receivers are looking ugly.
Yeah, at least it's best ball. Like you can start Marquise Brown in the 4 games that he does well. You got him.
Yeah.
Cam Akers.
Right before you. So it was Justin Herbert after Lamar Jackson, then DK Metcalf, then Deontay Johnson, followed by Marquise Brown, and Super Packers in the 4th round picked George Kittle.
So he decided he didn't care about George Kittle missing OTAs.
So this is a tough decision for me, and I think I'm gonna go against my feelings here and pick Cortland Sutton because there's no chance that he's getting suspended, and this is a redraft league, so I've got to go Sutton as my wide receiver 1, linked to a good quarterback, and then I'm gonna reach a little bit on this guy, but I want to lock down a tight end that I think will get plenty of targets this year, and that's TJ Hawkinson. So
nice.
Going at the top of the 5th round, I take TJ Hawkinson there. So my team so far through 5 rounds is my 2 starting running backs are Jonathan Taylor, Saquon Barkley, and then I got Breece Hall in my flex. Wide receiver 1, Cortland Sutton, and then my tight end is TJ Hawkinson. Cam Akers went right after Hawkinson, then Gibson. So we're on a little bit of a running back run.
I'm gonna go Montgomery or Dobbins. I'm just gonna shoot for the moon with Dobbins.
So Jake's team through 5 rounds is starting 2 running backs, Leonard Fournette, J.K. Dobbins, Jamar Chase, and Debo at wide receiver, and then George Kittle at tight end. I think that's a really good build so far.
I would have to agree.
You support your own picks?
Yes. Oh, now I kind of want David Montgomery too, though.
So right after Dobbins went Allen Robinson, which I think is a huge risk.
Oh, yeah, that's over Godwin too.
In the 5th round, Jerry Jeudy right after that. Another risk because he might miss a few games. I mean, he could smash for 14, 15 games out of the season, but I don't know. I don't want to risk it being like a 4 or 6 game suspension. I don't think it will be. So then after Jeudy went ETN, David Montgomery, Rashad Bateman. I don't know if ETN was on your radar there at all, Payson.
ETN was. I actually had ETN and Montgomery at the top of my queue. Just trying to lock up 3 RBs, but now we're in the Josh Jacobs and Elijah Mitchell territory. So gonna skip on those, and I guess I'll just stick with 2.
Oh, the Josh Jacobs hate.
All right,
so solid.
Back to my roots. So I'm grabbing Gabriel Davis. So again, leaning towards that stack in week 17 with the Cincinnati and Buffalo game. And then I'm going to go Chris Godwin.
Thank you.
Nice. So Payson's team so far through his 6th round pick Najee Harris, Joe Mixon at running back. He's got his 3 wide receivers: Waddle, Gabe Davis, Chris Godwin. All the wide receiver 2 on their team, and then Darren Waller at tight end.
Waddle is the number 1. Come on.
I know.
Ooh, is Jacobs going to make it? I'm 100% Josh Jacobs if he makes past these next 4 people.
So we're at the top of the 6th round right now. Godwin was to Payson, then Brandon Cooks, Treylon Burks, Darnell Mooney just went at the 4th pick in the 6th round. Looks like a wide receiver on here. Stupa says he's looking for Jacobs here.
But I'm supposed to be looking for wide receivers. I told myself I wasn't going to do this.
You're supposed to be looking for Zamir White.
Ooh, that's true.
It's a little early, isn't it? Or no? About right.
Never too early for Zamir White.
So is it too early for Christian Kirk after Trevor Lawrence hyping him up, saying it's one of the blurbs here? I think he said he's very quarterback friendly.
Well, that's good. I like my receivers to be friendly to quarterbacks.
Yeah, what's the odds that something the opposite of that happens? Like, really, like, I don't know, he's kind of a jerk, and I'm going to say something publicly about it. Like,
instead of trying to hit him in the hands, I'm going to try to hit him below the belt.
Yeah.
So Joe Burrow went right before Jalen Hurts went before Joe Burrow, which is shocking to me. And then
Oh yeah, I love Joe Burrow way ahead of Hurts.
Jacobs went to Supa. He made it there for him. Then Elijah Moore, then Elijah Mitchell, and I am 1 pick away. And both the guys at the top of my queue are still there. The guy that's at the top of my queue is someone I don't even like really, but I'm willing to take a stab in redraft.
It's Drake London.
Or for the volume aspect of what's going to happen with this guy, and I need wide receivers. So yes, I am taking Drake London at the end of the 6th round. And then I was going to double tap wide receiver here, but I think I'm going to lock up my QB position and take Russell Wilson at the start of the 7th round. Get that stack going with Cortland Sutton.
So you skipped on Judy, and I was thinking you could have done Judy instead of Hawkinson and then got Wilson and Judy and Sutton.
Yeah. I don't know. Is that a strategy for BestBall, though, to have both the wide receivers on the team just in case?
Yeah.
I don't think that's I think it's less taboo than on a Dynasty League where you have to set a lineup. So yeah, I'm fine with that. I was going to go T. Higgins and Chase, but I needed a running back. Oh, this is
a team like that.
I do have a team like that. Unfortunately, not
Kenny
in the tournament,
Walker. I'm going so heavy on running backs. I did not want to do this. It always happens.
The only reason why because I started with 3, that's the only reason why I haven't gone that way.
Quick question though, is the stacking, is there any statistics that's saying you get the stack and you're somehow better than not having a stack?
Yeah. It's kind of like DFS once you get to like the playoffs. And so you want that like onslaught, the correlation.
Touchdown upside.
Okay. Yeah. Like if the team goes off for, 40 points, then you want to have multiple players on that team or that game, the game stack. Yeah.
So the 7th round, start of the 7th round I took Russell Wilson, then AJ Dillon, then Amon-Ra St. Brown. Shout out Ronald Cavalier. Dalton Schultz, and then Supa, like he said, took Kenny Walker, Michael Thomas, Brandon Ayuk, Adam Thielen, and we are waiting on the 8th pick in the 7th round here, which was Dak Prescott. Clyde Edwards-Helaire right after that, and Payson is 1 pick away.
I got my fingers crossed here. I'm trying to do Brady, Gage, Godwin stack.
So you're going to go Brady and Gage right here, or you're waiting on Gage?
I'm going right now.
Got snipes of Russell Gage right in front of him.
Yeah. Well, now what do we do? Take a look over at the running backs. They're all terrible.
I think the Sky Moore ADP is kind of high, isn't it?
It's aggressive. So that's all
Yeah.
because of ship chasing. They they created a clip on Sky Moore, and then they say roll the clip whenever they do drafts. I'm running out of time here.
So Payson took Tom Brady with his first pick at the end of the 7th round.
Tom Brady.
10, 9. No, I'm just kidding. We used to, me and my buddies used to play the video game Worms back in the day. And like when it gets down to 10 seconds left on your turn, it starts counting down like in bold red letters. And we'd always be like, 10 seconds. Oh, you son
there
of a
you
gun.
go.
He wasn't going to make it to me. So Payson took Olave.
I really only did that for you.
I think it's a solid pick at the start of the 8th round. Where do you think Jarvis Landry is going to go?
Probably way down.
And that can lead us into talking about this Michael Thomas news blurb from either yesterday or a couple days ago. Apparently, Coach Dennis Allen said Michael Thomas is doing well in his rehab, but not ready to return to the field. It's like, when did he have the surgery? It was late, right? But like, shouldn't he be ready to go?
Yeah, I would think so. And that's where I get back to like the odds that Michael Thomas doesn't play this year are much higher than people are kind of thinking right now.
I
And at
think
least doesn't play for the Saints.
his personality is kind of turning into an Antonio Brown, just from past troubles off the field. So I avoid Michael Thomas. I'm done.
Yeah, I got rid of every share at this point. I'm good on that.
Now, if he went to the Packers, that's a different story. Then he's the best wide receiver known to man.
That's a solid reasoning.
So the games that are important to folks thinking about week 17. So Newts, you've got Russell Wilson. The Broncos play the Chiefs, so you could run it back with some Chiefs players. Do you have a QB yet, Pack? No.
Nah, I don't need a QB. Those are overrated. Going Garrett Wilson.
And he's
Just
on the
heavy
clock.
on the RBs.
So the 8th round, I'm 2 picks away. It was Olave, Lazard, Miles Sanders, Pollard, Goddard, Knox, Stafford, Garrett Wilson to Supa, Sky Moore, Aaron Rodgers. It's interesting that Garrett Wilson over Aaron Rodgers in the 8th round.
So Payson, how does this work for scoring? Is this because I've only ever done really best ball on the Yahoo best ball type of stuff where you get weekly payouts and then if you win at the end. How does this one work for the tournament style?
So it's like the first 14 weeks cumulative scoring, top 2 advance in your league, and then it's a playoff between multiple like 12 or so groups, 12 or so team groups.
Oh, okay, I got you.
So it's like the top 2 in every league play against other top 2 teams.
So week 17 is pretty important from what I'm gathering.
Yeah, week 17 is like the huge playoff, and that's going to be like, I don't know, something like 400 teams. The structure is a little different for each of the tournaments depending on how many teams there are.
I suppose it helps to read the rules before you just jump in and draft stuff.
No, I think you should just jump in and draft. I think that's
okay.
Like general.
Just donate money.
So at the end of the 8th round, I picked Chase Edmonds. I was debating between him and James Cook. I felt a little bit safer taking Edmonds. I think Mostert's barely going to play this year. He's always injured. I think Edmonds isn't going to get the lion's share. He's not going to be a workhorse, but I think that's going to be an offense that's opened up immensely by Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle with their speed. So I feel comfortable in the end of the 8th round taking Edmonds. And then I know it's probably not that great to have 2 rookie wide receivers in your starting lineup, but I went Christian Watson at the start of the 9th. I'm just going with upside with London and Watson.
I kind of wanted MVS. It sounds weird to hear myself say that, but I'll go Bobby Trees.
So Jake was just on the clock, took Robert Woods. So the 9th round went, I took Christian Watson, then Hunter Renfroe, which he was also in my queue. I was considering Hunter Renfroe instead of Christian Watson. A little bit safer, but less boom. Damian Harris, MVS right in front of Supa. Woods, Lockett, Kareem Hunt just went off the board.
And people hate on Kareem Hunt so much. I don't understand it.
Well, he's capped somewhat by Nick Chubb and Ernest.
Ernest.
Who's up next? PB. I was gonna say who I wanted next, but I don't want to get sniped.
Yeah, so I got James Cook at the top of my queue. Again, thinking about that Cincinnati Buffalo game. I also have Chase Claypool and Derek Carr. Could do the stack with Derek Carr and Darren Waller. Again, thinking I might do 2 QBs since I took mine kind of early instead of 3.
Yeah, my strategy on QBs, it's like if I get an early one, then I'll just get a second earlier one. If I just wait really late, then I'll just get like 3 or 4 just late round QBs just to spread them out.
I feel like a lot of the QBs have been at good value in this draft. Like, I'd feel comfortable going with Burrow in the 6th. I felt comfortable with Wilson in the 7th, Dak in the 7th, Brady in the 7th. Brady was basically an 8th round pick.
Yeah, I could have taken him second instead of first. Yeah.
Oh, so I gotta scroll down the board here. So Payson went with James Cook and Tyler Boyd right after Trey Lance. So Payson's team.
Now
So
I've got my
ahead.
4 guys from the game. That's probably enough for me. Probably move on to one of the other games now. Hope that I hit that game right.
Payson's team so far: Tom Brady at QB, Najee Harris, Joe Mixon, and James Cook at running back. Waddle, Gabe Davis, Chris Godwin, Chris Olave, Team Chris, and Tyler Boyd at wide receiver. Darren Waller at tight end. So 10th round heading down right now is Tyler Boyd, Devin Singletary, Kadarius Toney, Melvin Gordon, Derek Carr, Rashad Penny, and we are 1 pick away from Supa, who has yet to pick a quarterback.
And there we go. I fixed it.
Deshaun Watson. That is an upside play for sure, but definitely a risk. You might have to go 3 QBs now.
Yeah. Yep. I was thinking the same thing.
So then 2 right after.
What do we think about Deshaun Watson? Do we think he gets suspended this year? How many games if we think he's suspended?
Probably 6.
I don't even know if he's gonna get suspended. I have no idea, but probably a couple. You'd think so with all the league's gonna have to do something just for their image to stay intact.
Wow, Alexander Madison right in front of me. I mean, does this guy have Dalvin Cook? No, he doesn't. So I feel so weird doing this, but like I feel like I gotta go upside here with Jameson Williams.
I was looking at him too. Yeah.
I mean, I have 3 rookie wide receivers on my team. It feels gross, but I think I'm gonna follow that up with locking down Denver and taking. I feel like it's kind of early, but I'm gonna take Tim Patrick right here. So now I have Russell, Cortland Sutton, and Tim Patrick.
I'm looking at Rondale Moore.
I'm gonna feel really stupid if KJ Hamler overtakes Tim Patrick.
Oh, you can get Hamler too. There you go.
Oh yeah, good call.
Oh, Jarvis Landry is still there.
Oh
What do
yeah,
you think,
top of my queue.
Rondale Moore or Landry?
So just because of the ADP game, I think you got to take Rondale Moore. But
yeah,
I have not been paying attention to bye weeks at all. Crap.
Oh, somebody took Rondale Moore for me. Makes the Easy decision. Gonna stay on brand and go Landry.
Nice. I was considering Gesicki instead of Tim Patrick.
I'm starting to feel a little bit better about my wide receivers now. It was kind of scary there for a minute, but I got Jamar Chase, Deebo Samuel, Garrett Wilson, Bobby Trees, Jarvis Landry.
1, 2, 3, 4. So I have 7 picks left. I have
let's
5
try
wide
to
receivers.
let's
4
try to
tight
guess Payson's next pick here. I think he's going. I think he's going. I have no idea what he's doing.
Well, that was one of my choices. So because I have Brady, I was going to go Gronk. Gronk just got taken 4 picks in front of me. My boy Will Fuller's gone too. Oh, sad day.
He who remains teamless. Tim Patrick at the start of the 11th round, followed by Isaiah Spiller, Rondale Moore, Mike Gesicki, Jarvis Landry, Tasupa at pick 5, followed by Ronald Jones, Ramondre, Gronk. He who has no team, Will Fuller, Rashad White, and we are 1 pick away from Payson's 11th round and 12th round swing. Jacoby Myers.
That was tough.
Ooh,
so I also wanted Rashad White. Didn't get him.
Are you going to do it? Marlon Mack's backup?
Oh, I thought he was going to take John Mechie.
No, definitely not John Mechie.
Is Kenny Galladay going to rebound?
It's tough to say. Very, very tough to say.
There's still a chance.
There is still a chance.
So is the 5th highest paid tight end David Njoku in your mind at all?
Yes, I have Watson, and Njoku is good at football.
Was that shocking to you, that deal, or?
Not really.
4-year, $56.8 million makes him the 5th highest paid tight end. And
tight ends take a while to develop, and how many years has Njoku been in the league? 4 or 5?
I think they declined his 5th-year option, and then they tagged him this year. So I think this is his 5th year.
Okay.
Class of same as OJ Howard and Evan Ingram, right? So 2017.
Makes me feel old.
So yeah, this is his 5th year. So Payson went Parker and Pickens. You son of a gun! I knew Pickens probably wasn't making it to me, but that's a great pick.
You cannot have every single rookie wide receiver, Newts.
Yeah, you're right.
I was kind of going back and forth between Galladay and Pickens. I went with Pickens because I'm kind of on that like Pittsburgh, Cincinnati, kind of in that division. So maybe that division goes off a little more high scoring games this year than in prior years. I don't know.
So the 12th round, Payson went Pickens at the top, Jamison Crowder, followed by Galladay. Is he going to rebound? Then
Crowder.
Damian Pierce.
Ooh, Bobby Tonyan.
He's not at OTAs right now, apparently. Neither is George Kittle. Looks like Treylon Burks is practicing without limitations, though, finally. That was the latest blurb this morning.
So he's able to walk now?
Yep.
He can breathe again? That's good. Happy for him.
He figured out what water is.
Hydration's important.
Oh, Robert Tonyan right in front of me and Justin Fields. So thinking about Jameson Williams coming back from injury, I'm going to lock down that wide receiver core with DJ Chark here. And then I'm going to take, I think I want to go tight end here. I have 15 seconds. Yeah. So I'm going to go. I think I got to go Hunter Henry here.
It's too bad Albert O is gone. That would have been perfect for your.
I was thinking about
there.
that.
13th round out of 18, so I probably should get another quarterback or a tight end eventually. I will go Njoku. We just talked about it. I have Watson. Let's do it.
I was considering Njoku. So the 13th round, Hunter Henry, followed by Dotson, Irv Smith, Naheem Hines, who Frank Reich said you should draft in your fantasy football league. He would. And then David Njoku to Supa, Van Jefferson, Daryl Henderson, aka third string Rams running back.
He should go to the practice squad. Kirk Cousins is just chilling there forever. What do you guys think about Jalen Tolbert? His opportunity right away in Dallas, because he was never on my radar until almost all my rookie drafts were over, and then I started to think about it, and I'm like, I should have probably taken Tolbert because he's just going so low.
Yeah, like basically a third round pick in rookie drafts.
Yeah, one of my discussion points has been, or pivot points has been, Tolbert versus Tyquan Thornton, and I haven't really landed on where I should go there. I'm going to stop the slide for Kirk Cousins.
No,
so
don't stop the slide.
Picks. And then we're getting pretty light on running backs, so I kind of feel like I got to grab somebody here before it's too late. I feel like I can wait on some of my other targets.
These running backs look awful.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Kenneth Gainwell and just, hope for some spike weeks, see what happens. Who knows? Don't have a lot of hope, but
I'm still pretty happy. We got, Jameis Winston, Zach Wilson, Matt Ryan are all available. Tannehill. Quite a few quarterbacks I could take here to go along with Watson.
Start of the 14th round was Kenneth Gainwell, James Robinson, Daniel Jones, Tyler Higbee at the 4th pick in the 14th round.
Both of my tight ends had the same bye week. Didn't notice that.
I got so lucky on that. I got so lucky.
I haven't been looking at all at any of that stuff here. Okay, I'm gonna look. Okay, no week 9 quarterback bye weeks that I need, so I feel good about that. Winston, Wilson, or Matt Ryan? I think I'm gonna go Winston upside.
Yeah, he's got the best wide receiver in the history
Travis
of
Landry.
Yeah, I think you got to go Winston because you have Landry.
Yes. I did want Olave, though. I'm not going to lie.
Me too. Well, you guys knew that.
Yes.
Is it a draft? Yeah. It's once Olave.
Oh, yep. Jameis Winston. Going to go to Red Lobster and have some crab legs and then celebrate my Jameis Winston pick.
Oh, I'm 2 picks away. I was trying to do too much at once. All right. So I'm probably looking at
picks.
Quarterback right here.
You're going T-Law. That's your guy.
Thinking about it, but there's another quarterback out there surrounded with more weapons, and I have one of his weapons. And he went right in front of me anyway, so I'm going to go ahead and draft. I'm going to let the clock run a little bit here because...
Oh, you're looking at Drew Lock?
2nd pick. Yeah, because I have so many Seattle players on my team.
I just tried to find a bad quarterback and insert name here.
So that's a good strategy point. Adding people to your queue and then letting yourself kind of auto pick that first pick of your 2 picks so that you have a little time to think about the second one.
So I went Zach Wilson there. And then I think I have to pick up another running back here. I don't have to. What's left for wide receiver here? I got 15 seconds.
You get Colonel Mostert, or who has
So I'm gonna go with a guy that I think has upside that people are basically writing off right now at wide receiver. Actually,
John Mechie's on the board.
I'm going Chenault.
Hamler.
I think Chenault has more. No, I'm not crazy stacking. I don't want to do that.
I guess you don't want to win.
Well, I mean,
Do you want to win week 1? Sammy Watkins is here.
Hamler's ADP is really high, actually.
Cam Dantzler.
So I went Zach Wilson and LaVisca Chenault, and Marvin Jones was right after that, followed by Watkins, Gus Edwards, and
I'm
on the clock.
taking Matt Ryan. Shout out Ronald Cavalier.
So Super went 3 QBs. He has Watson, Jameis Winston, Matt Ryan. Shout out Ronald Cavalier. And then at running back, he has Fournette, J.K. Dobbins, Josh Jacobs, Kenneth Walker. Wide receiver, he has Jamar Chase, Deebo Samuel, Garrett Wilson, Robert Woods, Jarvis Landry, David Bell, stacking with Watson.
Now that I'm done with quarterbacks, I'm going to look to fill up my queue with maybe with a tight end somewhere.
See, that was the thing is like you have to pay attention. Like Supa said, he messed up with the tight ends. I had to make sure I didn't take a quarterback in the same bye week as Russell Wilson. So that meant that Kenny Pickett was not an option.
Oh, Jameis Winston, Matt Ryan have the same bye week. Hopefully Deshaun Watson plays week 14.
Oh my
gosh. Disaster. Well, maybe I'll get another quarterback. Can never have enough. It's super duper flex dude bro with the QB Extreme streaming his quarterbacks. This does it for you because it's best ball.
I was just thinking about how my team has 2 quarterbacks that were injured last year.
Which ones you got?
Russell Wilson and Zach Wilson. I got the double Wilson going
double
on.
Wilson. Oh, Tannehill's still there. He's not on bye week 14. That meets my criteria.
I literally just added Jamal Williams to my queue right when you took him.
Yeah, between Mostert and Williams for me, I actually have probably too much Mostert. I'm a little nervous about the Sony Michel signing, so pivoted to Williams.
So to round out the 15th, after Supa took Matt Ryan and went KJ Hamler, Hayden Hurst, Robbie Anderson, Khalil Herbert, Logan Thomas, AJ Green, Evan Ingram to Payson, and then Payson kicked it off with that Jamal Williams pick and Austin Hooper second pick off the board in the 16th round. So we have 18 rounds total here. So I have 3 more picks. Payson's team so far is Tom Brady and Kirk Cousins at quarterback. Running backs, he has Najee, Joe Mixon, James Cook, Kenneth Walker, and Jamal Williams. Wide receivers, Waddle, Davis, of the Gabe, Chris Godwin, Chris Olave, Team Chris, the other boy, Devontae Parker, George Pickens, and Evan Ingram and Darren Waller at tight end.
Take a look at the tight ends that are left on the board. What am I going to do here? This is terrible.
So rough.
CJ Uzomah, Trey McBride, or
I think
look how far Adam Troutman is so far down the board.
Since you have like a minute you should look like that week up and see which tight end you think has the best matchup that week, or maybe forego tight end at this point because it's too close to your pick right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, big mistake taking 2 like good tight ends in the same bye week, so you're just getting a donut that week.
Well, I'm going super strong QBs then. I'm going
Hopefully
Tannehill.
your team's good enough to just. You have 4 quarterbacks now.
Hey, I'm streaming quarterbacks, man.
Raheem Mostert, that's who was one of my targets with this next pick.
So when we do the review of the teams, we can talk about how Supa's team does not have a chance at winning.
All right, so I'm gonna go with 2 running backs here. I think since I feel comfortable with my quarterbacks and tight ends,
As
I'm
soon
gonna
as
go
that $75 $1,000 gets deposited in my bank account, I'll send you a screenshot there, bud.
Sony Michelle, and then just for the heck of it, I should in theory take. Gosh, I should take.
John Mechie.
I
You
should
should
take
take.
Brian Robinson here, but I am going to take John Mechie just because
Yeah,
I love John Mechie, and it's the 17th round.
you're Newts. He's John Mechie. It was meant to be.
Yep. So my team has 1, 2, 3, 4 rookie wide receivers on it. So Payson might say Newt's team has no chance of winning either, but it does have a lot of upside.
We'll have to track this to see who does better here. Hopefully I do better so I can talk some smack.
What were you planning on doing? Just ignoring this now for the rest?
Well, dude, like he said, I've done so many best ball drafts already.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Odell Beckham. Sure. No. Yep. Yes. No. Yes. That
So
was not a confident pick.
in that dynasty startup, looks like my guy is gonna make it back to me in the swing there after I took Brian Edwards. So don't really need to name the rounds at this point. It's all a mixed bag. But I think our teams are looking pretty good, other than Jake messing up with his bye weeks. He started off really good. I loved all the picks, and then yeah, it's hard to pay attention to the bye weeks when it's a 30-second timer.
Adam Troutman's still available. Hopefully, Payson is a nice person and lets me have him. And Payson, are you gonna go? Yeah, Payson's team does look pretty good. Do you want to do a straight up full team trade?
Payson, you're on mute.
Yes, Payson, you are definitely muted.
Can't hear anything he's saying. It's okay.
That's fine. We can. Ooh, now's the perfect time to trash on his team. Cannot defend himself. All right, let's see what he does here. He's got 2 picks in a row.
Wow, Zamir White went right before him, and he picks Kenny Pickett.
Kenny Pickett.
Solid pick.
I don't know about that. Solid pick is generous. Over Davis Mills too.
Kenny Pickett has much more upside, in my opinion, and I do think he wins the job.
In the fantasy land that is my imagination, Davis Mills is so good.
Deonta Foreman, that's a solid pick. Let's left a QB here. Oh, I don't know if I'm going to take a QB or if I'm going to take a running back.
Let's take a look at Newt's team.
I need another running back, I think.
I only have 4 running backs, but I feel really good about all of them, so I'm not too worried about it.
I have Jonathan Taylor, Saquon Barkley, Breece Hall, Chase Edmonds, and Sony Michelle. So I have like 2/3, if not the whole pie of the Miami running game.
You have a lot of rookie wide receivers, but they're all really good ones, so
Yeah.
I'm fine with it.
Except for Drake London.
You could be wrong.
Is Payson back yet? I can't hear anything he's saying.
No, he's trying to figure it out. You should send him a message. I don't know. He's probably aware of it by now.
He's not going to get to say bye. Oh, looks like he's trying to reconnect.
Maybe his earbuds ran out of charge or something.
He told me he was gonna make a purchase on a headset.
Yeah.
And Corey Ronald Cavalier, actually, I was talking to him because we've been having connection issues where he breaks up, and I don't think it's the headset because you use the same headset as him. So
okay.
he said he bought a super long Ethernet cord and he's direct connecting.
Oh yeah, you got to, man.
You back?
Am I back?
Oh, yeah. There you go. So we're finishing up this draft here, and I'm on the clock with the last pick of the draft. And do I take a running back or do I take a quarterback here?
You got 2 Wilsons. Is there another Wilson quarterback somewhere?
No.
Oh.
So I
Jared.
think I'm gonna take Jared Goff here because I have
Jared Garf.
and Williams and DJ Chark. Payson, his mic was working. I don't know why he left again.
It looked like his internet was the latency was really bad.
Okay, let me try to. I'm gonna go back to just our beautiful faces for a second, and then I'm gonna try to pull up each of our teams here in this draft for the viewers, and then we'll read over everything for the listeners too. The puppy. Okay.
Yep,
So
you can see us youtube.com, search Gem Drafter, and you can see the show.
Nice. I did not pick another matching bye week quarterback there at the end with Jared Goff. So let's go back to the screen share here. And you can see how much money I have in my account. It's like $20 million divided by 1 million. So this is my team. I have Russell Wilson, Zach Wilson, Jared Goff, all separate bye weeks at quarterback. I went pretty light at the running back position, but that's because I went so top heavy with talent. JT, Saquon, Brees Hall, and then I took Chase Edmonds and Sony Michel. At wide receiver, went a little heavy. Cortland Sutton, Drake London, Christian Watson, Jameson Williams, Tim Patrick, DJ Chark, Laviska Shenault, and John Mechie. And then at tight end, I have TJ Hawkinson and Hunter Henry.
Very solid. I like it.
Thank you. So then if we're looking at Supa's team here, he has Deshaun Watson, which could, very well smash and be a top 5 quarterback again. Jameis Winston, Matt Ryan, Ryan Tannehill. Your running backs, Leonard Fournette, J.K. Dobbins, Josh Jacobs, Kenneth Walker. You got two same bye weeks.
Week 11, it's Dobbins and Jacobs. So
hopefully
they're 2 of my favorite running backs. So I'll sink or swim with those. That's fine.
Zamir is going to take over, but Josh Jacobs.
No, Zamir.
Just kidding. Jamar Chase, Debo Samuel, Garrett Wilson, Robert Woods, Jarvis Landry, David Bell, Odell Beckham, taking a flyer on Beckham there at the end. Very solid wide receivers and really solid tight ends, but like we mentioned before, just didn't realize the bye weeks. George Kittle, David Njoku, and Adam Troutman.
Yeah, Adam Troutman was so far down the ADP that it's very surprising.
Okay, so
now let's look at the worst team out of the 3. We still have to go over this one.
Let me check the group chat here and just see if he's saying anything.
Kenny Pickett.
He said
he has no chance at winning with Kenny Pickett.
I disagree, man. I think that he's going to win the job, and he has good upside with lots of good weapons there. So he has Tom Brady, Kirk Cousins, Kenny Pickett at quarterback. Running backs, Najee Harris, Joe Mixon, James Cook, Kenny Gainwell, Jamal Williams, and Deonta Foreman. I like those 3 kind of backup flyer running backs, all very talented. Jalen Waddle, Gabriel Davis, Chris Godwin, Chris Olave, Tyler Boyd, Devontae Parker, and George Pickens. And then Darren Waller and Evan Ingram at tight end, which is very sketchy to me, but also a lot of upside there still.
Yeah. Evan Ingram could surprise us.
We're just talking about how bad your team is.
Yeah, no chance to win. Oh, no. There's no sound.
I hear you.
Do you know sign language? That was good.
Weird. Try to just set it through your laptop pace, and it'll be fine. So we'll wait for him to try to do that because we got to talk about. Here,
Did you make any good trades this week?
I made a couple with Payson. You probably saw the one.
Oh yeah.
Can you?
Yeah.
You can. Okay.
Sounds way better, actually.
Oh, that's funny.
That's what your voice sounds like? I'm just kidding. All right. So
maybe turn out his output a little bit. Turn it up.
So just a quick touch on we pretty much touched on all the little news blurbs, but I just wanted to say Packers OC said Christian Watson will be a problem for secondaries, and we'll see. We hope. We don't know for sure, but that's the hope.
Guaranteed.
Athleticism. And then MVS tweaked his hamstring on Wednesday. A little early in the season.
Wrong one.
It's just kind of tight, he's got to stretch a little more. And
not MVS, McCole Hardman. Apologies.
Yeah.
We'll start with M. It's hard.
They both may be really irrelevant, possibly.
It's hard, man, to keep those guys straight. They're like the same guy. So yeah, it was McCole Hardman who tweaked his hamstring. I don't really even care about McCole Hardman at all. So let's move on to some dynasty trades and trade targets. So I kind of added trade targets in here this week. I jokingly put Jashawn or Jashawn Corbin in here because Supa's been picking him up everywhere with his Barkley hate. And then we kind of talked about Jalen Tolbert already. Who put that one in here? Is that Supa?
I put that in there. Yeah, it's just intriguing to me now.
Yeah.
Now that I missed him in almost all my drafts, I still have one more rookie draft that actually started today. So I still have a chance to get one. So.
Nice. Yeah, I wonder if he's rising. Probably is.
Yes, so far there's only 3 picks made. It was Breece Hall, Drake London, Kenny Walker. So pretty standard. I think the first half of the first round is going to be very similar in across most Superflex leagues here.
So we can talk about a couple trades that Payson and I made. First one, Newts McBoots Podcast League, 12-team Superflex 2 tight end. I don't know why. I'm just trying to. I feel like Tua is at that value point where, like, if he's going in the early third round of startups, I just feel like it's worth it to pivot off him at that point. Maybe you don't agree with the way that I did it, but so I sent Payson, Tua, Gabe Davis, and Corey Davis, so he gets that double Davis action. I mean, the thing that would have made this trade is if I could have sent him Davis Mills in the same trade too. It would have been triple Davis.
Oh yeah, triple Davis would have been elite.
Triple D over double D. That's aggressive.
Then I received back Daniel Jones, Desmond Ridder, Christian Watson, my 23 second, and his 23 fourth.
Who was asking for the fourth?
I was trying to get 2 seconds, and
You're
then
I gotta get this fourth, man.
Because I feel like I had Marcus Mariota on my team, so I kind of locked down the Atlanta situation. The hope is that they do even produce for fantasy. Like there's a strong possibility that might not even happen. I would say it's probably greater than 50% chance though that QB room and as a whole with having London and Pitts as weapons, and then the elite Bryan Edwards. I think it's greater than 50% chance that's like a top 24 QB, like
top 32 QB, similar to Davis Mills.
Top 34.
So, I'll take the Watson side purely because Watson is going to be the next best thing.
So I am kind of on the opposite side, well, obviously, but opposite side specifically of Watson. I kind of feel like this is a good time to get out. Like the hype's pretty high with him landing in Green Bay, going 34th overall. But I'm still very nervous about Aaron Rodgers throwing or not throwing to rookie wide receivers. And it kind of feels like Watson was already raw as a prospect. So like raw with Rodgers is like a bad combination.
I absolutely understand that standpoint. So it's kind of similar to what I was saying about Tua. Like Watson's going middle to late 6th round. So like that's where you're like, wow, he's bubbling up much. Like I should probably pivot.
Yeah.
But I would say the difference is that there's a lot more of a swing for Watson than Tua, in my opinion. Like if Tua's bad, but he doesn't lose the job, he only goes down like a little bit. But I think Tua has to be really good for him to go up. Whereas I think Watson could go up three rounds if he's really good in startup pick value. So but that Watson could also go down to like the 12th, 14th round if he does nothing and gets hurt. So it's a lot more risky than Tua for sure.
If Watson has a year similar to Amari Rodgers, what happens to Watson's value next year?
Oh, it's dust.
Don't even speak that into existence. That's
So I'm on the clock in the 17th round of this startup, and the starting Seattle quarterback still on the board, Geno Smith. He's too good for my team. I can't possibly take him. I'm gonna take Chigoziem Okonkwo.
that was impressive pronunciation there.
I've said it so many times to myself when I was talking myself into him that I've perfected the pronunciation of his name now.
Can you do Albert O?
Albert Okwabunam.
Oh, nice.
I don't know if that was the right.
It sounded right.
Yeah, I think that sounds
Passes.
pretty good. I'm not going to try and say it to compete.
Let me try to say this next guy's name. It's really tough to say. Kevin Harris. Did I say that right?
Wrong.
I think
Got
that's
it
pretty
wrong.
good.
14 team Superflex, 2 PPR for tight end. We are all 3 in this league. It's trading camp. Payson and I made another trade where I received Kevin Harris, his 23 first, the second place team last year's 23 second, and then Payson's 23 third. Keep in mind it's a 14 team league, so that 23 third is, and Payson's team is really good. So that first is probably 10 to 14, and the third is probably like a 4th round pick, basically, which actually makes that 23 second like closer to a 3rd round pick. And I gave up David Bell, James Cook, and Matt Corral. And it was mostly about taking a stab at a 23 first because I'm I'm not super Packers. I'm super rebuild in this league. So I was taking a stab that like maybe because Payson's relying on guys that I think are injured often, like Christian McCaffrey, and I should pull up the whole team. But so I was, trying to get a 23 first for James Cook, and it finally happened. Even if it's late, hopefully it is as strong of a class as people say.
Yeah, and I kind of feel like I probably shouldn't have done this trade. I could have said the same thing to you kind of right after you accepted. We went back and forth a little bit. You were asking for more. But I feel like I just traded for 3 seconds, but they're kind of early seconds. I probably should have saved my first for when I inevitably get into trouble. So I don't know that James Cook and Bell or Matt Corral are going to be greatest to save my season if something happens. So I probably should have saved it so that I could trade for, if Christian McCaffrey gets hurt, I could trade for a better RB than James Cook in theory. But I kind of like the idea of getting a quarterback back, even if that quarterback is maybe doesn't have the draft capital and might not have a starting job. We're hoping.
When I look at your team now, Derek Carr and Zach Wilson at quarterback, which is pretty solid, and then now you get Corral if he wins the job, and then McCaffrey, Dobbins. Yes, there's questions about their injuries, but you have a lot of good flyers at running back. Like you have, the backups to Kenny Walker, Tyler
the starters
Algier,
over Kenny Walker,
James Cook, Pacheco,
Pacheco,
and then then Ty Davis Price, and then
Arrivederci.
the Flyers at wide receiver. Yeah, your team is really strong. You should definitely try to rebuild, though.
Now that I don't have my first, it's a good time to rebuild.
Yeah. So, if James Cook is what all the hypers are making him out to be, I probably lost that trade. But if James Cook, this trade hinges on James Cook and Matt Corral, really. Well, and David Bell. So everyone involved, it hinges on all the pieces involved. Trade analysis. It's mostly James
It hinges
Cook.
on my team's performance. If I win the championship, then I won the deal. If I don't win the championship, then I lost.
Yes.
And I think I won the championship. So, pay me now.
It's definitely a really good team. So I kept forgetting about this one. Shout out to the fan. I'm sure he's still listening. Shout out to the anti-Judy fan also. So this was the fan and the Dark Remains made a trade in a 12-team Superflex. Dark Remains received Rashad White and Desmond Ritter, and he gave up. His team is really good in this league too. Like he has Pitts and Andrews at tight end. I forget who his running backs are, but he has a championship level team. So he gave up his 24 first, 24 second from another really good team, and then a bunch of thirds and fourths for Desmond Ritter and Rashad White. How you feeling about that one, Jake?
That's just a lot of picks to absorb. But going from White and Ritter to any kind of first, no matter what year it is, plus a second, I think is the right move. That's what I would prefer to do. I like Ritter, I like White, but there's a good chance that they don't do anything. So the first kind of will retain its value and the value will grow, whereas the value of White and Ritter could go up or down. So give me the pick.
Yeah, the only thing about it to me is that it's 2024, so it's like so far away. But if you're not looking like you're going to be good until 2024, then fine deal.
Yeah, his team is like we've talked about this team before. I think it just Payson and I were like, we were like, oh, he got Pitts, and then like the next trade he let Pitts go for like whatever, and then his team's like way in rebuild mode. Like someone joked in the group chat the other day and said his team's geared up for 2026.
There you go. It's tough to pay entry fees for that long, but kind of fun to go through a rebuild process.
So he only has his 23 first, which he's trying to desperately to make the 101, and then he has 4 firsts in 2024 and an extra second and third in 2024. And then he has like AJ Dillon, or wait, no, that was Ashton Doolin. Sorry, he doesn't have AJ Dillon. He has
pretty similar player.
He has JMO, Rashad Bateman, Jahan Dotson, and then some other flyer. Like he's got some pieces to still part out here. Jimmy Garoppolo, Daniel Jones, Miles Sanders that he'll probably get stuff for in season. He has Ayuk. Did you guys make any other trades this week?
I've been kind of quiet. Most of my teams are where I want them to be. I know it's not the way you're supposed to do it, but I like to have my teams figured out at this point, or even a month or two ago. And then if it's not figured out, then I'll make small steps to get my starting lineup set. I know the popular view is just trade for value. Don't worry about your starting lineup until it hits September. But once it hits September and your lineup, you don't have any starting lineups in any of your 10, 20, or how many ever leagues you're in, it's kind of a panic or a rush to get your team straightened out. So I like to be ahead of the game, and I like most of my spots because I know which teams are rebuilding and which ones I'm competing in. So I've got them, either situation, I've got them set pretty much to where I want them to be. So just gonna make some small moves, but nothing drastic.
I like to. Oh, go ahead, Payson.
I was just going to say I haven't really made that many deals. I just got swindled by Newts twice, so we already talked about that.
Who is this? Oh,
Somebody,
I think
somebody texting you or what?
it's on Facebook. Some guy from like years ago that I played a keeper league on ESPN with through like Foot Clan leagues just messaged me on Facebook, said, "Well, hello again, sir, the influencer 101." My last message
Oh,
to him was my last
he
message
must
to
have
him
been
was,
in the league. He was in that draft we did.
"Oh, Matthew Lum, yeah. Interesting. That's so funny." My last message to him on Facebook was at December 26, 2017.
Oh, he was in the Underdog League.
Yeah.
I guess so.
Nice.
All right. So, I got offered some little offer in the startup just now, like move my 17th round startup pick in a 14 team league. It's like just ridiculous. Like just pick your guys at this point and trade after the draft. That's how I feel.
Yeah, I had some hopium for some guys that were going to be available at my pick, but it's all those guys are gone now. I don't know. I'm not excited about the rest of the draft. Like Devin Duvernay just got picked, so we're at that point.
Yeah, Gardner Minshew just got picked. It's gonna be rough. I think there's gonna be a lot of auto picking, or it's gonna take forever. So I think maybe because Jake, you're out of town next weekend, right?
Yep.
So next weekend, I think Payson and I will, if this draft is concluded, we'll try to go through the teams and maybe do a Dynasty League breakdown of that 14 team league, because it's a very interesting, like he said, to start 3 running backs and start 4 wide receivers is tough. And then also on top of that, being a super flex 14 team, Mitch Dino MC is hogging the QBs big time, looking to get value for them. So I think we can go ahead and shut her down then. You guys got anything else you wanted to add this week?
Nope, I'm good. I'm excited we got a draft in. It's always good to get a draft in.
Yeah, it was really fun.
I would like to do at some point Dynasty BestBall. Then I'll feel better about picking all the rookie wide receivers. That might be fun.
But it wouldn't be a fast draft. I think what would be fun is if we did a mock draft with us 3, where we each have 4 teams then, right? So we would each have 4 teams that we're trying to build, and maybe we just do like the first 5 rounds. And we just fire it off real quick. And
Okay.
Yeah, we can do that.
so I think that would be fun.
As long as I can trade with myself, I'll do it.
So then, like, yeah. No, you
Yeah, there's
can't.
no trades. Oh,
That would take forever. That would be like
how
a
do I
live,
trade back? I want to trade back.
maybe that's like a live event we do or something. That would take a long time. Like we would have to plan that and block off like 6 hours. If there's gonna be trades, dude, we'd be boozing it up and trading and mocking. Or if it's a real league. What if it's a live startup that's for real and it's like a fast draft where you only have like 3 minutes to
Ooh, that would be fun.
Dynasty? That'd be sketch, dude. Trying to make trades.
So we each put in $100. We split it across 4 $25 teams.
Yeah, there you go.
No trading with yourself.
All right, so like I said at the top, guys, if you're on Apple, please subscribe and leave a review. Hopefully it's 5 stars. Hopefully you guys like the show. And if you write a comment in the review, I will read it at the top of the podcast. And if you're on YouTube, I almost said YouTube, please like this video, subscribe, and hit the bell for notifications so you can get those notifications whenever we put out a video, which is every Thursday and Sunday as of right now. So thanks once again for Newts, for Super Packers, for Pace and Burnett's. We are out of here.
We out.